Hey, Hunnies, welcome back to the PodCass. If you're watching this, I know I look really shiny, but that's just because I have some shiners on my face. I got some bruises because Aaron, a couple of people asked me, comedians, when I saw them out there, like, oh, you've got bruises on your face. They're like, did Aaron get angry? I was like, if Aaron got angry, he would be dead. And then all night I just kept saying, if Aaron got angry, he would be dead. But I was doing some treatments, and that's why. So just wanted to explain that off the top. I got a new bar, and I don't mean bars like I just mean I got a new dental bar on the back of my teeth. Real riveting stuff. When you're an adult, you have to go to your appointments. Something I'm really bad at. I don't like going to my appointments. I don't like doing my taxes or going to my appointments. I am never more anti-capitalist than when I have to do my taxes. I'm very anti-establishment. I'm like, the man is trying to get us when I have to do my taxes. Every other time I'm like, whatever, it's fine. I get it. I have to go to work. But when I have to do my taxes, oh my God, this bar is giving me a lisp. Oh my God, today at the dentist, I stopped saying, oh my God. At the dentist, I was waiting. First of all, I have a very weird dentist. I have a very, sorry if I have a lisp, but kind of, I'm getting used to this bar.
Literally can't hear it at all.
What?
Can't hear it at all.
The lisp?
No.
Okay. I'm just self-conscious about it. But anyway, I have this dentist that's very weird. It's very like a yes, girl, boss, queen dentist. I don't know why. But every time I go in there, they're like, hey, honey, what are you doing today? Working? I get it. A working girl. Got to make that money. Vancouver's expensive. Like, my dentist is very like yassification, which I love. I don't actually love it. I just want to go in and be at the dentist. I don't need to be yes, girl, boss at the dentist. I don't think. Like, I'm pretty quiet, and it's at the dentist. I don't know, but they just want to jam. They just want to be like, they're giving me glasses. They have like TVs on the ceilings. They're like, you want to watch Netflix? I'm like,
I like that.
No, you're drilling into my teeth. Like, I actually did watch
What'd you watch?
I watched Planet Earth.
I watched Antique Roadshow.
Of course you did.
I really enjoyed it.
Did you get the headphones?
Of course.
They offered you headphones.
First time it wasn't working, and it sucked, and I was watching the news.
Shit.
And it's very disappointing to watch the news with subtitles only because the news sucks in itself. Antique Roadshow, hilarious. And then I switched over to the next channel, and it's like Pawn Stars and that really trashy like pawn world. And it's like, it's funny how those things are kind of in the same realm.
100% antiques and pawning.
Yeah, but there could not be more different.
Why are they? They're the same to me.
No, because people who go to pawn stores, they're like, I want $7,000 for this right now. And then if they don't get it, they're angry. And they're also like always a little bit more disenfranchised because it's pawn shops. And then the rich British people in Downton Abbey are like, my beautiful great aunt left me this, and I don't know what it's worth, but
That's your British accent?
I think it's about £300.
That's a terrible British accent.
Okay.
That's probably the worst British accent I've ever heard in my life.
400 quid, I'm thinking, for something like this. And they're like, well,
okay.
you sit down, you're going to be quite pleasantly surprised.
That's
is
Australian.
16th century.
Okay. I can't even
Saint
take in the words
Louis
you're
the
saying because the
First.
accent just doesn't make any sense. It's not the
At
wires
auction-
that
and they're always
connect
talking about it at
words to
auction.
meaning in my brain are just not working anymore.
Okay, I'll stop.
I get what you mean. Antique Roadshow is for rich people, and pawn shops is for scrappy scrappers just looking to scrap.
Yeah, I love scrap too, and I love
scrap lords. You're a scrap lord.
I love the rich ponces too.
Never dated a scrap lord. Don't do it, ladies. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. You'll end up with a house full of garbage. Literal trash. That is apparently one day going to be treasure. But who has time in this busy world to turn every little piece of fucking roach garbage into treasure?
I do.
No, you don't. And you don't.
I'm a scrap king.
You're not a scrap king. You're a scrap knave at best.
What's a knave?
It's like below a knight. It's like a knight's
squire?
bitch. I think it's below a squire.
Is it like a knight's horseboy?
Yeah.
Damn, and you shovel shit?
Yeah. You want to graduate to Scrap King, you got to start, I don't know, I got to have an invention that gets me up and gets me dressed in the morning or some shit.
That's Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah. I watched Wallace and Gromit and I was like, must be nice. Because I'm with a guy who says all the time, well, I'm an inventor. I'm such an inventor. I said, where?
Why am I not dressed?
Where? The only invention I've seen you do is put hooks on the ceiling so that the giant plant that won't stop growing has somewhere else to grow. And even then, they fall off all the time. The only invention I've seen you do is pin sheets on walls to make walls different colors. It's
To
like
make a podcast studio.
It's like modern wallpaper.
To make a
without the
podcast
commitment.
studio.
Yeah. I've seen you put a mesh thing over the door that doesn't hold.
That's true. That was free
seen
garbage.
you. Oh yeah, you like to land toy planes in the plants.
I know one. I got one that I
What?
did.
Your
I
invention?
made you an upstairs movie theater.
That's cool. That's cool. It's the only cool one. That's how you got to be a knave.
I needed a lot of help.
You were a pauper. You were a poor little pauper, and then you got to be a knave when you made the
Why do
movie
you know
theater
so much about
invention.
night terminology?
I don't know. I really liked the medieval times section as a kid. Isn't it crazy now that we know more about the school system and how it's just designed to create like industrial workers that they spent so long being like, okay, yeah, we could teach them how to like be obedient and work, but also we're going to have to fill 8 hours a day for however many fucking years. So let's just teach them about medieval times for
ancient Egypt.
Yeah, no, medieval times was not ancient Egypt. I don't even think I learned that much about ancient Egypt, but medieval times was a whole ass section in grade 4 to the point where we got to go to medieval times in Ontario, which was sick as fuck. Yeah.
We don't have that.
I know. I've told you about medieval times before.
Neil's whole goal in life is to go to a Ren fair, and we just don't have one.
No, you guys have to go to medieval times with me. So
what is medieval time?
In Ontario, okay. In Ontario, there's a place. Riley will know this. Riley, our number one listener.
Look, Riley Cam.
Riley, she'll know it. She knows. So in Ontario, there's this place called Medieval Times, and it is this big like castle structure. It looks like a castle kind of from the outside, but it also is in like Vaughan in like a parking lot. Like it's just like a terrible Ontario staple. But anyway, but you go inside and it is honestly so grand. It's like a big, huge like throne room, and you see that there's 4 different like knights essentially of different colors. So there's like the black and white knight, there's the racist. No, there's the knight that's like dressed in black and white. There's the knight that's dressed in red and yellow. There's a knight that's dressed in like blue and green or whatever. There's 4 color patterns, and it's like an old medieval checkered color pattern. And so when you go in, you get a ticket, you get a little crown, super cute.
Cute.
And then you get to go in and you're like part of the king's court. So you're part of this huge round stadium kind of thing. And you're sitting in a different section corresponding to that knight's color. And that's the knight that you're cheering for. So
that's awesome.
You're cheering for that night. And that night. And then what the cool thing is so the knights actually come in the round, like in the stadium, there's like this dirt pit, and then all of these knights on horses come out, and it's a jousting tournament. Like they all joust.
Every night?
For real. Yeah, they do this jousting thing. My friend works with the horses there.
Fuck.
Anyway, so they joust each other, and then at the front, there's like the king and the queen and the princess, but then there's this like dark knight that comes in and like, I don't know if he like captures the princess, but it's a whole show. It's a whole like jousting medieval theatrical show.
Dinner
theater. And you get fed dinner, and you're all on like long bench type things, and it's all you eat with your hands. There's no utensils. It's like a chicken leg.
Sick.
And like potatoes or whatever. But yeah, when I was young, I don't know if they still do this, but you eat with your hands, and then you get a goblet for like whatever drink you get.
What drink you get?
I was a kid. I don't know, orange pop. I was probably thrilled.
Grog.
Yeah. And then the cool thing is, this happened to me once, the knights, so there's like the 4 sections of the different colors, and that's the knight you're cheering for. The knights will go around and drop their little lance, and then you'll get to take off, like they have like a little ribbon thing or like a scarf tied around the top of their lance.
Yeah.
And so they'll put it down to like some usually little girl in the audience, and then you get to be like the princess for the day. And that happened to me once, but I was so confused on what to do with the little scarf. So I was just like poking at the scarf, and the knight's like holding the lance, like take it off. And he had to like tell me, he was like, take it off. And so it was supposed to be this cute moment where everyone's like, oh, look at this little 8-year-old. She's get chosen as the princess. And I'm just sitting there swatting it like a cat. And he's like, just take the fucking thing off.
That's awesome.
So anyway, that's medieval times. And then there's also a museum of like torture devices from the medieval times in the main lobby. And then there's a bunch of like things that you can buy. Yeah, the main lobby is like a huge, grand, like carpeted, like royal castle. It's like a castle.
It's actually sick.
It's sick as hell. It's sick as hell. And we had a whole section in grade 4 about medieval times. We had to make castles. We got to go to medieval times. It was honestly sick as hell.
Best year ever.
Best year ever, medieval times. I don't even care that school didn't teach me how to like function. Did
your knight win?
What?
Did your knight win?
I don't remember. I
would-
just remember that I was a princess.
You would remember something like this.
Well, no, because I went so much.
You went so much.
Well, not so much, but I've probably been like 5 to 7 times in my life.
Was it always exciting?
Yeah, it was sick. I think I went as an adult too, and it was super fun.
I bet you didn't even realize the last time you went that it was going to be your last time.
It's not going to be my last time. I'm about to go back there and go to medieval
you think
times.
it's still open?
I know it's still open. It's a famous attraction. It's like in Las Vegas, in
it's a chain?
Toronto. It's a chain.
I had no
It's
idea.
called Medieval Times.
I had no idea.
But yeah, Medieval Times is sick. I will definitely take you. And
I
yeah,
love dinner theater.
yeah, I'm not even upset that I have like no idea how to fill out government forms because I learned so much in Medieval Times. So many great things. I know all the ranks of knights, obviously, is super helpful right now. But anyway,
What would your job be in medieval times?
my job,
Yeah, your role.
I was not made for the working class in medieval times. I would be a lady in waiting.
What's that?
It's the people who tend to the queen.
Oh,
But they're usually also the king's mistresses. So I'll be getting fucked.
but if you get knocked up, you get murdered, right?
No. No, you just get sent to like a weird little house in like England to have the baby and shush.
And then what? Do you get to take care of the baby?
I think you just get to take care of the baby and the king sends you a stipend. So honestly, that would be like the goal.
I don't think that's even true.
I think it is.
I think they send you back to work.
No, I don't think they do.
No.
I don't think they do. I mean, maybe they do, but I do think that your ladies in waiting are disposable, right? Like,
Yeah.
whatever. And if it's not an heir, but like a bastard of the king,
He wants him to have a good life.
sometimes I think he'll put him up. I guess it depends who the king is. I think it would be really fun to be lady in waiting while there was a gay king. You
That's
know?
ideal.
That's ideal because then it's just a castle full of gossip. And
He's your best friend.
well, because all the queens before would know that like historically the kings cheat and the kings cheat with the ladies in waiting. So that queens would all be super suspicious of all their ladies in waiting. But then if the queen was like, but he doesn't even want to fuck me, then it would be a lot of us being like, yeah, he hasn't tried to fuck any of us. Like, isn't that weird? Like, and I think it would just become like kind of a sisterhood of like, seriously, like I would tell you, this man has never tried to come on to me.
Yeah.
I was bent over, no corset the other day. Didn't even know he was in the room. Didn't look my way once.
That's hilarious.
I'd be like, look, I know I have no titties. I know that they go to opposite directions. My nipples are pointing at my armpits. There's no cleave to look at here. But in a corset, in an early fucking 1400s corset, are you fucking kidding me?
Is the corset the original push-up bra?
It's not even a push-up bra. If you look at a corset, no matter how big the boobs are, they actually just end up looking flat, but then they spill out over the top. It's actually, I think, the original muffin top. Because it's on the top.
It just pushes it way up.
It just pushes it up. Like you'll see like fluff of boobs up here, but then it's just flat. Like it doesn't have any rounding to it. It's
right
like
below.
it's designed to like spill your boobs up out and into your neck.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very high.
Neck
boobs, noobs.
Get pwned.
Getting boned, yeah. but not getting boned, not if there's a gay king. So I would just really love to, be a lady in waiting in the gay with this king that's gay. And then I would love to like befriend the king and be like, what's the deal? And then have him tell me and then be like, okay.
You're
And
the
then like
gay king.
very craftfully play both sides. But actually I have a really hard time lying to people. And if I was close with both of them, I think I would just bring them together and be like, look, he's gay. You got to give her a baby or something, or they're going to ring her up or something. I don't know what they did to women who didn't have children. Kill
Gay
them.
king would be the worst because you would.
Gay king would be the best.
For himself.
No.
Because everyone wants a son and he's just like.
No, I would have to talk to him and be like, listen, you're going to fuck her.
Once.
You're going to turn her around from behind and you're just going to do it. Okay?
Yeah.
You're just going to do it. And you can do it. There's tons of gay men who were married for so long and then came out as gay in their 50s and they had children. So everyone's always like, how could you have sex if you were gay? And it's like people have been doing it for centuries. So for the gay king, I would just be like, okay, look, you have to have sex with her.
For procreation?
For procreation. Get it done. Get the job done.
Everyone's going to be really mad at you.
Just bing, bang, boom, you know? But then I would be like, let's all be friends because we're all in this together. Nobody wants to be hung in the fucking city square.
Yeah.
And that's happening constantly.
Yeah.
So let's be funny. You can get away with so much shit if you're funny. If you're just really kind of funny and charming, you can say horrendous things and people are like, this fucking guy. So
Like a jester.
yeah. So I think we would just all have to like decide I'm probably talking about King Louis because he was like
See a fruit?
super fruity. Yeah.
Cute.
But I think King Louis was fruity and also mean, which
A mean gay.
and
Those are the worst
and
in
we
a position of
all
power.
exactly a mean gay at that time.
In power.
And can't talk about being gay. Woo, woo, woo.
Just lashing out.
Mean gay man. Woo, woo, woo. Ruthless. No, we need to bring him over to the side. Anyway, that would be my job if
What
I
about
had to have a
jester?
job. Be a jester? I
Yeah.
don't think women were jesters at the time.
Notoriously unfunny.
Yeah, they were, I don't know. If women were in a group of people trying to make them laugh, I think they would just all start having sex with her.
She's a witch.
Yeah. They would burn her or have sex with her. And that's unfortunately just the truth.
Damn.
Yeah, got real. Anyway, but
Just taught me that in grade 4.
what?
Learned that in grade 4.
Learn that in grade 4. If women are in a circle,
She's either a witch.
she's getting burned or fucked. One or the other. No, I didn't learn that in grade 4, but I've come to that conclusion now. But anyway, I was at the dentist, my Yas Girl Queen dentist, and I was getting my bar put in because I was eating like Laffy Taffy or something, and then the bar popped out, and then
No,
now
I flossed you.
You flossed me too hard and the bar popped out?
Yeah, remember?
The other time it popped out, I was eating Laffy Taffy, but this time it was your flossing. This is why no more DIY dentistry, Aaron.
I was flossing you.
I don't want to do DIY dentistry.
I'm a
I
yes
hate
queen dentist.
No, you're not. You're not.
It went
You are
really
not
bad.
a ass queen dentist. You are a fucking psycho serial killer murderer dentist.
That's true.
You're a dentist who's looking at teeth like, how's the best way to extract them?
I do like to put down a sheet.
I hate your DIY dentistry. Always getting in my mouth with a flashlight and being like, oh, I see a little bit of gum recession. On your I4 incisor, there's a little bit of gum recession. Better not overbrush. But make sure you brush. Aaron is insane about dental health. It's so strange.
The neuroses.
Yeah, I know. When we were just friends, I remember we all went away to a cottage together and Aaron was outside brushing his teeth, walking around for so long, just brushing his teeth for like hours outside.
Taking it in.
And I was like, man is insane. And then now living with him, I know that it's like you have to be constantly doing something to your teeth. It's so freaking frustrating how much DIY dentistry is going on in this house, to the point where sometimes my mouth just gets pried open and a flashlight forced inside so that he can tell me what areas he thinks I have plaque. It's awful. It's an insane neuroses. I mean, in fairness, though, it is really fun when I go to the dentist and they're like, you have beautiful teeth. You have perfect, beautiful teeth. And I don't floss nearly as much as Aaron does. And my mom always used to say that growing up. She would go to the dentist and she would be like, they'd be like, you're flossing every day, aren't you? And she was like, yes, of course. And she wasn't flossing at all. So in that way, I got genetically lucky. But then Aaron will go in and have like 8 cavities.
Yeah.
And he's flossing. I think you're overbrushing.
And
You're
plaque.
overbrushing, so it's leading to gum recession.
And plaque.
Yeah. Because you keep eating tar.
Tar?
No, you don't eat tar. But you would probably if it was free
Yeah.
or discounted. I think that I could convince you to eat so many things that are actually free if I told you they were discounted.
What do you mean?
You love deals so much, like way more than the average person. I know everyone loves a deal. I get it. But you love a deal that will go against how you feel about the thing. Like you could show you a deal of like your least favorite food on sale and you'd be like, well, we have to get it because it's a deal.
Yeah.
Which is bananas. Most people would only take the deal on something they already like wanted or maybe like didn't fully want, but like kind of talked themselves into wanting. You could eat something and be like, I fucking hate this thing. But if it was at a discount, you would be like, let's get it. I think I could probably convince you to eat tar.
Probably.
I'm not going to.
It was on sale.
If tar was on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like marketed as like a really healthy molasses.
For sure.
Yeah.
If I had space, I'm like a goldfish. I would fill it up. If I have any space that I'm like, you can store whatever you want here, it's like, oh my God.
I know, honey, because literally every crevice of our house is filled with junk.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Stage 4.
Stage 4 hoarding. I sent Aaron the stages of hoarding once because I looked them up on the Government BC website and it shows you like the different stages of hoarding and when it's getting to a point that's like not okay.
I was
And
like
Aaron's
stage
already
3.
at stage 3 or 4.
I'm like 3.
And there's 7 stages, so we're
Oh.
halfway there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There was 5.
Oh, if there's 5, you're at 3. If there's 7, I think there's 7, and I think you're at 4.
Pull it up.
I don't know. Anyway, my point is I mean, the hoarding is just getting a little out of hand. Today, I was trying to just move some things over, and you were like, my wires, where's my wires? Aaron and I were talking last night that we think we've gotten to the phase of our relationship where it's no longer like love and lazy, because when you start new relationships, you are like really in love and you're really lazy. And now we've gone into hate and growth. Personal growth. And hate. Anyway, sorry, I can't finish the story. I was at the dentist and she was talking to me about my new bar, and she was like, the dentist was like, yeah, so you might notice that it feels a little weird. Your tongue's probably going to be feeling it a lot over the next few days because tongues are super curious.
1 second.
I was like, pardon me? And she's like, tongues are super curious. What the fuck?
What you mean by that?
She meant, I mean, it's true. Like my tongue, I feel like I have a bit of a lisp. I don't know that I actually do, but it's because my tongue keeps going to feel what's on the back of my tongue or back of my teeth. They are. They're extremely curious.
It's so true.
But she like personified my tongue in a way that I had never thought about before.
Every time something's new in my mouth, your tongue can't stop.
Ayo.
I mean, like if you have any work done or a new tooth or a missing tooth, you remember losing a tooth when you were a kid?
Oh, 100%. Your tongue is like, they are.
I think it's because your tongue only knows its mouth.
Yeah, your tongue has the way she said it though.
Little universe.
Of course. But the way she said it made me think that like your tongue has kind of a mind of its own, like a brain of its own, because it does, obviously. And tongues are curious. And I was like, wow, dental poetry.
Yeah. I would like to be a dentist.
Of course you would like to be a dentist.
I would love it.
You would have absolutely no tact, though. You would break someone's jaw trying to pry open their mouth to get into their back molars.
No, I'm very gentle.
Or you'd open someone's mouth that had like a ton of gingivitis and you'd just be like, ew!
Close it up.
And they'd be like, you can't say that, you're the dentist.
Try again.
Yeah. But
that's true.
Wild.
I guess I did rip your bar out.
You did.
That was an accident.
Flossing. I can't let you into my ears or my mouth. Because you also love to clean my ears.
I'm good at that.
You're bad at it. You always scratch it with your nail and then it hurts and then you lose your privileges. Like, I don't know. Ugh.
It's too much for the pod.
Hate and growth.
Hate and growth.
Hate and growth. About to get real funny and hate each other a lot. What else did I want to talk about? I've been doing Pilates. I've been trying to get so how old is she? She's 4 years old. She's a little baby because she's been doing Pilates. She's so healthy. That's what I've been doing. The Pilates. Yes. And 1 and 2. And ladies, you've got this. In 4. We're holding in 3. Holding in 2 and 1. Keep it up. You've got it. Little pulses. Keep it up. Keep it going. You've got it. Yes. 1, 2, 3 and down. You're done. You did it. Good job. Thank you for showing up in this space this Monday. I've learned that Pilates and theater, what they have in common is that you just are calling a room any other word other than a room, but most of the time you're calling it a space. Welcome to the space. Welcome to the studio today. Welcome to the space. Welcome. Please leave your phones out of the space. Okay. This is a space. Can't wait to just jet up to space one day and be like, this shit's my room. Yeah. Everything is a space. Same thing with theater. You walk into a room and then they're like, welcome to the space. Please be respectful of the space. I'm like, respectful of the space? What do you mean? The air? The atmosphere around? I don't really get the respectful of the space thing. But anyway, yeah, I've been going to Pilates and I thought I liked it. I like the idea of it. I like the idea of being a Pilates girl because I see these Pilates girls and they're fucking toy. You know, they've got every single little muscle in their entire body torqued to shit.
Yeah.
It's like every single little, it's like they're made up of like little microscopic little tiny little blocks that all fit together perfectly. It's like
Perfect Lego.
oh yeah. Perfect, extremely like streamlined little Lego, all these little hard, little perfect little muscles.
Like a bionicle.
Yeah, just a ton of perfect little needles all sewn together. I don't know. But yeah, I see these girls and they're so hot. And then it's like infrared heated. It's going to help you glow from within. Good for your skin. I love anything that's good for my skin. You can always get me. You tell me something's good for your skin, I'm fucking sold. Even if I know better, even if my training and my education makes me know better, I'm like, you can get me. I'm gullible. So I was like super excited about going to Pilates. Signed up for a 2-week intro package. And then in order to make it really worth it, I was like, well, I've got to go like every day because it's 2 weeks unlimited. So I'm going to go every day. So I've been going every day. And things I've learned are that number one, my feet are way bigger than every other person's there, which is honestly really upsetting. Like I was wearing black running shoes once and I was like, how am I going to know which ones are mine at the end of class? Because there's just like, it's a big studio. You can fit a lot of people. And I go to the front and it's just like size 6, 6, 6, 6, 11, 6. It's like, obviously those are mine. And then I'm too tall for the mat. So I'm always kicking and hitting people, which I'm sure they love. And yeah, it's just, one time there was a teacher. I like when the teachers kind of infuse their own personality into it. Most of the time they don't, but then sometimes they do. Like one girl was really mad that there was like people talking and she was like making us do something really hard. And she was like, do you know why we're doing this today? Because you were all talking at the beginning of class. And I was like, I wasn't talking. I came here alone. I came here fucking alone. I haven't said a word to anyone since I've been in here. I'm red in the face and I'm dripping on my towel. Don't punish me for these two bitches. I don't know them. Don't hive mind me. We're not all in this space together. Fuck you. I'm not in their space. I'm in my own room. No. So anyway, and then she was like, just kidding. I would have made you do it anyway. And then, okay. And then there's this part I really do like. So then there's this part at the end of the class where they let you like freak out. Well, they don't really call it that. They call it like free movement. But in my head, it's like, that's your only time to freak out. So you do jumping jacks and then they go, ready? Yes. 30 more seconds. Good. Keep it going, ladies. In 20 more seconds, you are going to move however feels good for your body today. And then they're like, and you're almost done. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move it. And the music's just like, and then most of the girls are, let's face it, like 90% of these girls are just little white girls. And they're all dancing like the classic white girl dance. Like they're all just like, yes, I feel my body in the space, which is great. But I'm so like excited that I get to freak out that I keep like, I keep doing like jarring movements. Like it doesn't really go with the vibe because the reason I do that is because the first class I thought everyone was doing that. Like I thought and she did say, she was like, get wild, move however you want. And I was like, yeah. And then I was freaking out. And then the second class I did that and turned around and realized that everyone else was just kind of like jumping and dancing nicely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't really reined it in yet. Also, I don't want to be like, I'm different and quirky and weird because I'm freaking out and everyone else is just jumping around nice and normal. I just don't understand why the only thing that your body wants to do is jump around nice and normal after that like insane class. Like I think we should all be freaking out.
Yeah.
I think they want to freak out. So now I'm freaking out to like protest and to encourage other people to freak out. Today I saw another girl that looked like she was kind of maybe freaking out a little bit. And I was like, maybe I'm starting something here.
Feels good.
Maybe I'm starting a little freak out trend.
I love freaking out.
I think all of them are dancers though, because they just leave and they don't even look like anything happened. And then I've been coming with bruises all over my face for the past week, and then also just beet red, 8 feet taller than everyone else. Honestly, I think Pilates instructors are just former high school bullies who are like, how do I get away with this as an adult?
Doesn't sound like they're bullying you.
They are bullying me.
By just looking hot?
No. I love that they look hot. I love to look at them, honestly. I love the Pilates women in like the really hot outfits that are like a little matching set, or like they have these little like unitard things that make their ass look really good. I'm checking out everyone in that Pilates studio. No, the Pilates teachers are the ones who are like, we're doing this because you were talking at the beginning of class. That's bullying.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing that.
That's funny.
Jessica.
Bethany.
No. Bethany is not a name that anyone has.
Cynthia.
No. What are these grandmothers?
Samantha.
Okay. I'll give you Samantha. No, it's
Giselle.
always Kyla, Kira, Jessica, Chloe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love the name Chloe.
Taylor.
I think Chloe's such a great name.
Chloe.
Chloe. You know?
CLOE.
It's like a whisper out of your vagina. Chloe. You know?
Sense by Chloe.
So good.
You make any friends at Pilates?
No. No. Sometimes I'll try to say something to someone.
Are you having fun?
No, not really.
Sounds like pain, and you nailed the voice.
Come on, ladies. Get it up.
It's way too distorted. The mics they use are not.
They're really like this. Like they're very close to their mouth, and it's like booming through the whole studio.
It's distorted.
I know. But I really like the quiet ones too, where they're like, now is your time to just breathe. Just be here. In the space. Oh, with everyone who's shared this space with you today. And now move in whatever way feels good for you and your body. Whether that's a moment of rest, a moment of movement, just complete silence. But I love it when they're doing that and they get hung up on their words. Like they're like, just a moment of complete moment of silence. And I'm just like, you forgot what you were going to say.
You think they keep to a script?
No, I think you kind of learn rhythmically how to do it. Maybe they do.
Is it the same music every time?
No.
Every time it's different?
They all have their own like playlists. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, it's fine. I just really want to be like, I just want to exercise and I just want to freaking have good posture because Pilates is supposed to make you have good posture. And I'm having terrible posture lately.
I was so sore the one time I did it.
It's awful.
Everyone was really good looking and good at it.
I know. The thing is like, I'm really not upset about how good looking everyone is. I really do love it. I really do love it.
Maybe
like,
I feel like a fat fuck.
It doesn't make me feel like that for some reason. For some reason, it makes me feel like I snuck in. Like I'm like, ooh, I made it in to the little club and they're not kicking me out.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like it's infiltrating their space.
Yeah. But I do feel shitty about myself when I like drop a pose or something and then they're just hands on their hip, just clam baking it all day. That's what we do. We do this move called the clam bake. I don't think it's called the clam bake. I just call it the clam bake. And it's where you sit on your side and then you just like lift up your knee. Clamshell, that's what it's called, I think. I don't know. Anyway, you're essentially just like wafting your sweaty vagina smell one way to the corner of the room and it gives you a tight ass. And also it feels like it's working muscles that you didn't know you had. Just like the tiniest little shards of muscles in your entire ass until you have a bionic ass. Anyway, cool. I really like doing the clam bake. But sometimes I get really tired, but then everyone else around you is so close to you. It's like you can see that everyone else is still clam baking perfectly. And then I've like lost my rhythm. And also the breathing in Pilates is very weird. It's like inhale and then it's like shh, shh, shh. It sounds like a bunch of like hip librarians just being like shh, shh, shut up. It's really dumb. It's really dumb, but I'm hopeful. Honestly, like, I think the thing now, I know I talked about this on the pod like a bunch, and honestly, I think sometimes you have to talk about things until you get annoyed with yourself. I have to anyway. Riley definitely knows this because sometimes I'll just, what?
You act like you're just talking to Riley.
I am kind of. But
Riley would understand.
Well, also last time I said, I think on the podcast, I don't even remember this because I never remember what I'm talking about on here. But last time on the podcast, I was like, this is just my parents listening. And then Riley texted me and she was like, how dare you? I am the first one to listen every time it drops out.
We do get one listen right away.
Yeah.
She's the reply guy.
Yeah, I need her.
How about you send in a question, Riley?
Oh my God.
You did once, and then I went to make an episode about it, and Cass was like,
No.
it's done. It's over.
No.
Move on.
We got to move on. Anyway, but what was I saying?
I don't know.
I don't remember what I was saying. You're not listening to
I
me.
am listening.
Bad producer.
37 minutes. We got marked.
Okay, we're almost done. We're
You're
almost
talking
done.
about friends. You're talking about Pilates. You're talking about their breathing.
Oh. No. Sometimes I do this. I definitely did this with Riley when we lived together, but like I just need to monologue about something for a while sometimes, to the point where it's probably annoyed the other person, but where it annoys me. Like sometimes you just need to talk about something until you're annoyed with yourself, you know? And it is a absolute blessing to have good friends who will listen to you talk about the same thing over and over again until you've worked out your feelings on it. Sometimes what I'm talking about too isn't how I feel about the specific thing. It's just like a feeling I'm entertaining, I guess. Like I think we can have in the world that we live in now, we hang on a lot to everything everyone says. I think because you can publicize what you say and what you think so easily and so quickly. You can put it in writing, you can put it online, you can say it, it can be recorded, it can be captured, it can be shared. But
Exhibit A.
Yeah, what we're doing right now. But I think a lot of times talking through things is how you figure out how you feel. Like saying a certain feeling or a certain thought is how you kind of go, okay, yeah, I don't know if I align with that or whatever. And I know that there's been a theme of self-betterment, but also like a toxic self-betterment too, of like needing to feel good or talented or beautiful or hot or whatever. And honestly, I do think part of that is like going through the depths of winter, and then also just like specific phases in your life and career where you're just going to feel like agitated to get to the next step or to feel kind of better. But doing Pilates for me right now, a big thing has been like, I just want to feel like I'm doing everything to help my brain and body work well, because I think that's a part of not being 20 anymore that does start to hit you as you're kind of like, oh shit, like if I don't take care of myself, like I'm going to be fucked. Like if I don't take care of myself, it's really going to be something I feel. And I don't know. You just want to kind of see what works. But I can't help but just think it's all so fucking stupid, because I like going to workout classes because it's the only way for me to actually do the workout. If I try to do it at home, I'll just give up and go on my phone or something. But when you're actually sitting in the workout class, you just feel like a part of a herd. Like there's no way to not feel a part of the herd. When you and I went to spin class,
Hated it.
God, that was terrible.
So bad.
God, they just cram you into these little bikes and then they're like, we're going up that mountain, get up there, and 3, 2, 1, ride. And you're like,
so lame.
You're trying to make this sound, to me, if I was to listen to that and not be in the class, like if you were to just give me that instructor's voice at home on my couch, I would be picturing someone BMX biking off a cliff to like land on another cliff. Like you're making it sound like we're snowboarding away from an avalanche.
Yeah.
You know, like on this crazy mountain.
Yeah.
And all we're doing is accelerating our speed and our weight resistance on a clipped in little stationary bike with black lights.
Yeah.
There's no world in which you can make me think that's epic.
Yeah.
That's why I think Pelotons are so stupid.
Yeah.
Because it's a stationary bike, but then, oh, look, you can see the grass. Go outside and see the grass.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess if you're in winter climate.
Yeah, Canada, whatever.
Still, if you were in a spin class and it was empty,
Ugh.
it'd be so depressing.
It's depressing when it's full. I'm like, look at how many other people fell for this.
The only thing that keeps you going is the other people.
Yeah, but then I'm also looking around and I'm like, look at all the other people that fucking were like, yeah, yep.
Yeah.
That's a good way to spend my time. No.
I hated it.
No. I wish there was like a more organic movement. Like us, obviously
know.
walking is good. What?
Gardening.
Oh, honey, we get it. You want a garden. I'm sorry that we don't have a giant plot of land.
It's my favorite type of exercise.
You to have,
it has
it's not exercise.
It's completely exercise. It's aerobic. And it's physical.
Okay.
Often.
Okay.
Because your effort has a direct output, which is amazing. Like when you go to spin class, you're just wasting energy. You're just burning it.
Yeah, because we don't burn it enough in everyday life.
Yeah, but when you burn calories in the garden, you actually like sustain a lifestyle.
I know, honey.
Why does it make you so sad?
It doesn't make me sad. You just keep talking about it and there's nothing we can do. We live in an apartment and I've let you have as many fucking plants as you want. Like, I'm not trying to get in the way of your gardening. I told you to fill the upstairs balcony with as many plants as you could possibly find.
Full.
And you did. It's full. We have no more room. There's so many plants up there. You're wiring a hose from the sink all the way upstairs and knocking over all of our spices because it's going over a little, like, we don't have a lot of space. We have no doors in our house aside from the bathroom doors. All I'm saying is I don't know what to do about the fact that
it is the best.
gardening.
You were asking for a nice holistic way to exercise, and that's it.
But that's not a good way to fix your posture. Gardening is a terrible way to
good for
fix
your posture.
No, it's not.
You bend over a lot.
Yeah, that's not good.
Good for your core.
You have slouched shoulders for a reason. So do I. I'm not saying gardening's not fantastic. I understand it. It's great. I wish that you could be your 90-year-old Nona with a garden, chopping wood every single day and having chickens. I wish that for you. It's just not the life we have right now. Yeah. And if you want to go back to your mom's basement, you can have your garden back again. Okay? But if you'd like to be a real boy, then we don't have the space or area for a garden right now. Anyway, that's what's going on this week. I think we should end it there.
Do a final thought.
Final thoughts.
A sign off.
What's a good thought that I have?
A wish for your people.
Stay curious, tongue-wise. This is a good message for people who are questioning their sexuality. Stay curious, tongue-wise. You never know what you like.
Stick your tongue in something.
Put your tongue in something, see how it feels. That's it. That's my final thought. That's it. That's all we got.
All right.
I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you next week. We're being consistent. We're doing the damn thing. I appreciate everybody for listening. Thank you so much. Bye, honeys.